What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk about that video will speed up proof of brain, which is fantastic. I think I covered it a little bit in other videos, but I can't exactly recall, so I want to cover it again. So I saw the news today, or some leaked photos of the Google Pixel 4. We had the release of the Huawei Mate 30, had the release of the Note 10, and the release of the iPhone 10X Max, or whatever now it's called. Either way, it's epic, triple camera. And we have the Galaxy S10 Plus that came a couple of months ago that I'm also recording this video with. Great, triple camera, amazing. Okay, so why am I bringing up all these devices? Well, because what I am seeing is, okay, so Google Pixel 4 comes in October, and then I saw a full screen phone that I made a video on my YouTube called the Xiaomi Mi Mix Alpha or something like that, which is basically showing where phones are heading now. They're gonna go full screen displays on both sides, and in maybe 1 or 2 years after that, I think I heard that we're gonna see some new battery technology that makes it so you can just charge it faster. I even saw we saw some 60-watt charger, fast charger, and you have all these great emerging stuff that is like combining a lot of new great hardware to make the ultimate smartphone, and that they're combining eventually great screens where you see a lot, great battery where you last a lot, and great cameras so you can record a lot. This this opens up that I can sort of start to see the beginning of a new decade, the 2020 decade, and how video will just speed up proof of brain, because what you're realizing with these new high-end cameras is it makes a person be able to consider proof of brain more, and that when everyone has an awesome camera, they all can try to use their own brain to sort of record something and sort of add amazing value by record something in HD. Maybe something in their forest where they live, maybe their house, maybe their face. Maybe they can try to do some animation thing. For example, with my Galaxy S10 Plus, I can do an AR emoji, and he sort of I only have to use my voice, and he like walks around and make like an animated video, and I can add graphics in Final Cut Pro, my MacBook Pro. And yes, even though a lot of this technology is surely you get an edge when you can afford it, but eventually, of course, this is going to trickle down. In 2 years, most people are going to have access to this amazing tech, which helps a person easier to use proof of brain. And it's really just about a person getting access to this, because the technology is already here in many ways, but it's just that many people do not at the moment have access to it. So it's like, as I talked about in the past, video is just faster communication, and video makes you so much more aware of proof of brain, because it's not just about, I think many people that are video creators, they have to consider it the whole day of, okay, what am I going to record today, or what am I going to talk about, how maybe I can try to do something new. And just because video creates so much abundance in terms of, I mean, there's just so many things you can record, and something that I realized with the Galaxy S10 Plus, something that is hilarious, is the feature when you open up the camera, and you have this way, the regular mode, and then the zoom out mode. The zoom out mode is hilarious because you see so much more, and you realize what you focused on is not really the full picture of life. It's like, so you realize with the camera how much value you can provide, which is amazing. And it's just interesting to consider that at the moment most people have video functions on their smartphones. Most people are not using it. Most people are not using the video function, they're only using the photo function. So the big sort of transition that we're probably going to see here moving into 2020 decades is most people are just going to start using the video function. You're just going to start using the video function, and sure, they can do the photo function, but they just realize, well, in a one video, you have thousands of photos of different like animations, like stuff happening, stuff moving. So it's just more alive, it's just more interesting, it's just more engaging, it's just more information, it's just more proof of a brain. But most of all, it's just faster communication. That you can basically communicate the same thing as you would in other forms, but just faster, and it just makes you consider stuff more. So it's kind of funny because this industry can go a little bit slower, maybe in many ways, because you can say, well, video has been here a very, very long time, 2005, but it's mainly been this slower build up, and it's just gonna keep on going in that sort of way. So real vloggers on YouTube, I mean, they did start around 2010, or maybe not even that. I mean, it's interesting because there's always people that are coming and going, especially in this video space. There is some people started early, yes, 2006, 2007, 2008, but now I sort of think we sort of start to see this very interesting speed up of almost maybe instant karma or something like that, or let's say instant feedback. When people are going to do something and they're going to be rewarded instantly. So what that happens is, especially with machine learning and all this, that's eventually going to be everywhere. Is it speeds up compound effects when someone finds something that works. They are gonna be able to, let's say, level up faster by their activity that they're doing, and the AI and the machine learning eventually is gonna learn to learn like what people want, and it's just gonna balance a lot of stuff out, and it's great because there's nobody really that's gonna be able to cover like take to like steal all the abundance so no other people can have abundance, because there's already so much abundance, and there's the demand is like gonna be so extremely high. It's like, whoa, the demand is so high for content to be consumed. So there's never anyone that's gonna be able to like steal the whole market, even though the fear is there with a lot of people. They sort of consider that a little bit, but yeah, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about that it's really going to speed up proof of brain, and it's really great. And it's interesting also to see how sort of YouTube has changed. A couple of years ago, I was sort of worried about how YouTube was sort of changing with their when they started to do the stories function and the blogging function. But actually now when I started to look at the feed, it's actually pretty good. You get a pretty interesting mix of stuff, and just because YouTube, in a way, they sort of starting to realize like there's so much amount of abundance, so we can just strip out stuff here and there, and I mean it does seem to balance itself out eventually, even though it might seem like I can see a lot of the concerns and and all that, but it's nice how we can piggyback on YouTube. Like you don't really have to pay for hosting, right? And that's kind of cool. So yeah, I mean that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. So video is just going to grow massively. It's just going to grow massively, and uh, and that's cool. That's like super cool. So engagement. uh, Comments and stuff like that. It's one of these interesting things where it's like, I mean, I talked about it a little bit in the past. Like, wouldn't it? And we already starting to see it a little bit right now, where it's like, instead of like I do understand the comment section, but it's like it's almost more fun if people respond in videos to other people, and just because it's going to be so easy to sort of create videos, like it's like super easy to create videos now when everyone has these front-facing cameras, so it's just going to become super engaging. Like let's say if everyone that basically commented below a video, if they instead just did a video response, that will be so much more fun, and it would just create so much value. So that is basically what I want to see eventually. That, I mean, everything, probably every millimeter of this Earth is eventually probably going to be recorded. And you won't really have to, this is a fun thing, you won't really have to remember anything, because you will just be able to Google your own brain. Like, you'll be able to Google what you did like the day before and stuff like that. And it's just gonna be, just because video is just gonna be everywhere, people's awareness is going to increase, where they realize that video is just so normal now, that everyone can sort of do a video. And that even if everyone would do a video, it would just, like, if everyone would start to do videos, it would create so much even more abundance, that people wouldn't even need that level of abundance. So yeah, it's interesting. It's fascinating how it's going to tweak how people look at things, how it's going to make stuff more fluid. Because, for example, when you know someone else is like a video creator, you know you can do a video response to that, and you know you add so much value by doing a video response. You add value to the original video. You add value by remixing, and maybe you get a video response to your video response, and it sort of creates this sort of story where someone else might binge watch the whole story eventually. So there's so much potential with video. Of course, I've been knowing this a long time, and that's why I've mainly been focusing on video for over 10 years.